Hello.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun one tonight.
It is going to be a good one tonight. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies. As always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to be running these games because we have a fantastic crew. And we are down 6. He is attending a family funeral. We wish him and his family our deepest condolences and support. As always, we are a supportive community here, and we have a lot of love for 6. He's a fantastic guy. And that applies to everyone here. Regardless of who you are, where you are, and whether or not I know you really well. Because positivity, man, positivity kicks the ultimate tushies in the world. Let's see. Additional things. Yeah. Additional things. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you head down into the doobly-doo, even though we are not sponsored for this game by Mage Hand Press, I still want to give them some love and support and attention. If you head down into our doobly-doo, you will see the cover art for the Dark Matter Sci-Fi conversion for 5e. It uses everything in 5e, so if you have a 5e monster manual, well, that will work. You will be given monsters through the Mage Hand Press book of Dark Matter, but you can also use your monster manuals that you get from anywhere else. But the book itself is 100% worth it, as are all the classes that Mage Hand Press has produced. As always, if you want to watch our Dark Matter game, you can join us on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you give a click on that cover art, it will bring you right to the Mage Hand Press store, and you can then purchase the book directly. It's in beta right now. It'll give you instant access to the beta, and it will also, at least I believe it will, I'll have to double check. I think it does give you instant access. I will have to double check. But it will get you access to the book PDF, and it will also allow you to use the discount code damaged space dice. Capital D for damage, capital D for dice, and that will get you 15% off on any and all Mage Hand Press products. Thank you, Grey Wolf the Boss, for hosting us tonight. It is a pleasure to have you here and your fellows. So, please go ahead, give that link a push if you want to show some support. They have hit all their deadlines, and that book is fantastic. I love it. It is actually one of the best sci-fi D&D modules and games that I have ever played and had the pleasure of hosting. So with that out of the way, the next thing, Grey Wolf the Boss, thank you very much also for the follow. Welcome to the family. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I hope to see you for many more. Additionally, one of the major things as access for you all, the viewers, the followers, and the subscribers here on Damaged Dice is in a little less than a month's time. We're halfway through this week. We are going to be launching Season 2 of Azure Adventurers with a major change. The crew here all seemed very excited and were 100% down for it. To opening the world of Crimson Skies up to the entire community of the Imps Lounge here on Damaged Dice. Because of that, the Azure Adventurers Guild is restarting. Characters are still going to be played. If the players choose to, they can openly change new characters, but we are going to be playing flat from the ground, running full speed and full steam ahead with them existing in Silverhall, in the continent of Silver Reef. So we are excited to have them come in. They will be able to affect the world, as will you, if you also choose to join us and take part in the world. But you guys are welcome to join us and take part in our Crimson Skies world. And the players will be able to affect the Azure Adventurers players as well. Depending on what route these guys take, they could go a very evil route and come across one of the Azure Adventurers players' hometowns and just decide to waste it and turn it into a wasteland of dead bodies and fire. They could do that. Will they? I don't know. These guys always kind of surprise.
Not while Awen's our captain.
Not while Awen's the captain. These guys always seem to surprise me. But we are opening the world up within a month's time. I am publishing all the lore that I can get out within that time so that when players create a character, bam, up here, you have a general idea of the world, how the world works, and where your character falls within our modern fantasy world. With that, I have nothing else to announce, nothing else to share, nothing else to say, other than to welcome you all at home, or at work, or on an airplane, to tonight's session of Crimson Skies. And where we last left off, the crew of what was once the Hand and now the Cloud Cutter, a brand new ship forged on the docks of what once was the city of Corsair, found yourselves under attack and managing to escape this fight, suffering many losses of allies and other airships in the city of Corsair, and watched the Lesser World Tree burn away. As strange black ships, a nickname for ships that come unregistered on radar, bearing no signal, just painted a jet black. Managing to escape and not knowing what has happened to Queen Rivana Ixa, Captain Cypher, Captain Crom, Captain Taggart, or Captain Kilzita, you find yourselves on the outskirts in the country of Zaylin, outside of Isla, a small little relatively crime-ridden town, but from what you were told from the two surviving ships that flew behind you on your escape, thanks to the expert flight capabilities of Lysiris, Captain Zarimar and Captain Vazoldut. Zarimar being a tabaxi, wizard of some kind, and Vaz being that of a Dhampir, a half-vampire, half-mortal. Your ship surviving, though with some pretty good pertinent damage. You have landed, taken some time to collect your thoughts. Crew members begin disembarking, setting up tents, setting up perimeters, fires. Food begins to cook. And in that time, Viamir, with the use of Sincere's room, unlocked his family heirloom. As the twin blade key. It has, much like Awen's, melded itself into his hand and forearm, and given him a keener eye and maybe a sterner sense of purpose. As the three ships' crews begin to engage with one another, what would you all like to do?
So we haven't yet gotten off the ship, right? We're just kind of collaborating.
Your crews are the 6 of you. Actually, it is just the 5 of you at the moment. on the bridge. 6, at the current moment in time, has not been found.
I look around Sincere's room. I might have made a little bit of a mess. And I'll leave a note.
Oh, we agreed that you helped her put it back together at the end of last session.
Yeah, that'll be in the note. I got you. Sorry. V. But now I want to go out into the fresh air.
Okay. As you head out, you find 6 actually standing at the edge of the camp, staring into a flame, flipping a coin, it looks like, in his hand from finger to finger, before shifting his feet, getting up and just violently throwing it into the air, quick drawing his pistol and firing a series of shots into the coin. You hear the shots make contact, and the coin is nowhere to be found. It does not fall. It just seems to shatter in the air. As people look around, 6 lets out that very feline, threatening growl for a moment. Kicks a bit of dirt onto the fire. Walks past you. Stops and... Good job. Makes his way onto the ship. The 4 of you on the bridge hear the gunshots. There doesn't seem to be any major panic outside. A few moments later, 6 joins you all on the bridge. Vimir, do you say anything to him as he walks past?
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
See how he's feeling?
Sure.
No, I don't know how he's feeling. I just grunt.
He looks angry at most. Surface looks angry.
I just grunt knowing that same feeling. As I look for just a wooden patch or a tree or anything.
Looking around, you are in a relatively open area. It's kind of hard to find any real woods, but there does seem to be a small patch of dead brush nearby.
Some shrubbery?
Some shrubbery.
Shrubbery. Yeah, I guess that'll do.
Okay.
And I just want to go and, as I've done before, just sink my hands into the earth, and just fully attune to what was my ancestral double-bladed scimitar, now the twin-bladed key.
Alrighty.
As 6 comes in, you said we heard gunshots outside of the
You heard the
ship?
gunshots maybe about a minute before 6 walks back onto the bridge.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, as he comes in, be like, "Hey, 6, what was that? What was that noise out there? Did you fire your gun?"
Yeah, I was fucked. That whole thing was fucked.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. Yeah, we certainly weren't expecting that. And are you okay? I know. We all lost probably some friends, and maybe some family. I don't know. Did you know any of the people back in Corsair?
Just Captain Taggart. He was my only friend there, aside from you all, and I don't even know if he's alive, but I'd like to find out. He owes me a drink, and he owes me a few teachings.
Wait, why were there gunshots?
That was me. I was just firing in anger.
Huh?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I'd certainly like to see if Captain Taggart made it out as well. Hopefully, maybe we'll run into him again. I know there's quite a few that hopefully got out, but I mean, we'll reconvene with this other ship here and work our way into the village and see if we can't find out more information about who those people were. And I mean, I think we know what they wanted, but figure out what the bigger picture was.
Yeah. Six just sits down at one of the consoles, just kind of leans his head back, relaxes.
So
is that the
something to remember is we did a decent amount of damage to the engine, and we're gonna have to fix that at some point before we go.
Well, I mean, we could certainly try to take some time. I guess we don't know how long we're going to be in the village here. Really gotta, once we meet up with the other captains, we can have a conversation and see what the next plan of action is.
Okay, but we have to remember that before we leave, we have to fix the engine.
Yeah, how long's that repair gonna take?
Which repair?
The engine.
Oh, the engine needs to be repaired.
Yeah.
How long will it take?
For probably 48 hours, I guess. I think.
Well, I figure we could probably find something to do for a couple days. Figure. Is there any chance Eowyn's been to the Isla village before?
Roll a D100.
Ooh.
Get creative with our dice.
75.
75? You've been here before. They have a lot of good ways for you to make money. They've got fight pits. They also have death pits.
Death pits. What is a death?
A death pit is where gladiators are put against each other by Lannistas who are hurting for cash. There's a good place for them to take a gladiator who they know will die in this fight and risk a hefty sum of money that they may or may not be carrying to line their pockets with more gold than they have possible. It is risky, and if you are it is one of those areas where you don't know what weapon you're going to get because weapons are not allowed. Magic is also completely nullified. So they will hand you a random weapon of choice from you drawing out of a hat. And they will give you a weapon of some kind.
How would that work for
you?
I guess for myself or for Viamir. Would that
Your
Would
weapons.
that keep it as
your
a
weapons
like a
would,
bracer,
It would
or
keep it as it would for you. It would keep it as your gauntlet.
Yeah. Okay.
And for Viamir, it would just make his hand look weird.
Okay. So it just wouldn't be able to
It wouldn't activate.
pop out, activate. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So Awen will just kind of look towards the others and be like, if we've got to spend, some time, we got a couple days. I mean, I've been here just a handful of times. We could probably, I don't know, we could probably find some work to do. And
there is also a thieves guild. And there are plenty of people who are looking to traffic some slaves across the world, across the major continents here on this side of Palora.
Awesome. So yeah, just look into the others. Yeah, who if Fixer or his crew or his team, if they need to take some time, we could find some work to do. Or Viamir, I don't know if you've been here before. They've got some fighting pits, but Viamir's not there. Is he outside? Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so he'll just look to the others and be like, they've got some fighting pits. Maybe we could talk Viamir into getting in there, and I know how much he likes to fight, and maybe they'll have like a car or something that he can attack. And he'll just kind of look at everyone and kind of laugh. No? Okay. And he'll just kind of look and be like, you guys think, I don't know how long we should wait to head into town or into the village? We could just wait to see if the other captains, if they get off their ship first.
I mean, how much do you know about these other captains?
Does
Make
anyone know about it?
Make a history check.
History? Probably not. 13.
Yeah.
13? You know the basics. Zarimar is a tabaxi from Hegan who specializes in blood magics. Very, very deadly, and has some very unique spells involving manipulating one's actions within their own blood, or even boiling somebody in their own blood alive. It has been something at one point you have seen him just snap on a pirate who tried stealing from him, and you got to see someone be boiled alive from the inside. Vazol Dut, on the other hand, is a Dhampir. He is a daywalker, vampire a half vampire. His life is extended a fair amount, and he does sport an unnatural speed and power. He is quite fast for a humanoid that is partially supernatural. He, much like you, favors martial prowess hand to hand, but he also wields a rapier and a mangash.
Okay.
He's a very talented fencer.
So kind of just looking back to Law, I'll be like, I mean, I haven't had too many encounters with either of them. I mean, I've heard of them. I know that I know that the Tabaxi captain, he's kind of I don't know. It's hard to describe. He's kind of different, and he's not a very nice guy. He's got some weird magic, and he does something to people's blood. It's really I don't really understand it. Like he does something and makes them kind of just something happens to the blood inside their body. It's really strange, and I don't think we want to really mess with him too much. And then, the other captain, he's kind of like they call like the like a day walker, kind of like a half vampire kind of thing. He's kind of interesting guy. I know he's more of like the the martial hand combat, but I know he's also pretty talented fencer. But as far as like who they are, or some of the things they've done kind of around the different continents, I'm not too familiar. I haven't, like I said, I haven't run into him many times, but like I said, we might want to kind of be careful around the tabaxi. He's got quite the temper.
Got it. No catnip jokes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we get off the ship first and then we start heading into town, maybe they'll. I don't. Maybe they're waiting for us. I don't know. Maybe we could just head in and.
We should talk to the other captains before we go to town. Last thing we want is for us to go to town and then them to take the cloud cutter. Not that Lycirus would allow that.
Yeah, I mean, Lycirus and probably a majority of the crew would probably stay here for a short time until we got the all clear or something. But yeah, we could maybe radio him in and see if we're gonna, maybe meet them inside. And he'll just kind of look around to see if there's anyone who can operate the comms.
At this point, Lycirus walks in, a shotgun in hand, as well as a pair of pistols, sets them down at her station, reclines her chair back and sits down and lays back. She is actually, for once, wearing armor.
Are you, and you'll just kind of look to her and just be like, are you staying here with those, or are you going with us, or?
I'm staying here, and I am sleeping here, as I always do. Since we are not flying, this is also my cot.
I don't think, and he kind of like looks at the guns, like, you don't normally sleep with these, do you?
No, but I don't trust anyone that I don't know. I was weary of you all when you first came on the ship, but you had the blessing of the Queen, so I chose not to tout weapons in front of you. Plus, Sincere was really friendly, and with that Sincere, a small little skeletal rat just kind of climbs up your leg and makes its way onto your shoulder.
It's kind of like...
Clarence, you're alive! She picks up the rat.
Gives you a thumbs up.
You're doing that thing again, okay.
I never stopped, I just didn't show you.
That's okay. Yeah, well, alright, well, maybe do we have Scribbles by chance nearby, or?
Scribbles is outside. Lycirus is the only other one on the bridge right now.
Lycirus, maybe you could help. We're just trying to call over to the other ships and see if they're ready to head into the village.
She sits herself up, flips on 2 switches at her station. Comms blink on. And you see the other 2 captains with their first mates, along with their retinue. Another groups of 6, you see. The captains both turn, and Zaramir kind of gives a very curious look behind his hidden face and head covered, very, very... what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say ostentatiously, but I don't think that's the right word. But his head hidden, just barely seeing the two eyes, and Vaz turns, and Zaramir... Ah, yes. We were actually talking about having a conversation with you. This would be a good time. We would like to have a private conversation, just the captains, in person.
Oh, yeah, we could set that up. I figured I'd call you guys and see if you guys were ready to. I didn't know if you wanted to head over into the village together or if we were gonna kind of go maybe at a different time. But yeah, we could meet. You just want to like meet outside?
Vaz looks and... I too was having this conclusion with my crew. It is a good point that we should all speak together. Before going into village, yes. We should meet. You are the one who led us out. So, Captain Eowyn, we will board your vessel. And we will have conversation of privacy. Just captains, no others.
Yeah, that should be no problem. If you guys head over to our ship, we'll welcome you aboard, and we could talk about heading into the village and seeing what we need to be telling people or what we shouldn't be telling them, and go from there.
We will be right over. Vazoldul out. Closes the comms. Zarimir just kind of... Yes, this will be a very good opportunity for us to work together. Ends the comm.
Yeah. And Eowyn just kind of turns back to the others and be like, maybe we should go out and tell the people outside of the ship that the other captains are coming over. And I know I think Viamir's out there. So, and then Eowyn's just gonna start walking like, oh crud.
I've got it, Captain. Are you gonna
okay.
Are you gonna have him meet you in your quarters?
There is a captain's room directly behind your station, Captain. And as you turn, you actually see a door that you've never opened. In fact, no one has opened at any point. The door is slid shut. It looks like it's two panels with a gold trim in between the center, and it kind of squares it off.
Oh, yeah, and he'll just kind of point to it, be like, yeah, I guess we can meet there. And he just looks like that's always been there.
It's always been there, Captain. I had it specially designed for you.
Oh, that's
awesome.
That's great.
So you wait there for them because you're the captain and you're too important to go greet guests. I'll go greet guests as the first mate. And Law will turn and walk out.
Okay.
Alright, and I should probably go...
At this point, you see the Luxodon medic that you hired makes her way onto the bridge and just looks down at Fixer, looks up and... Captain, I am very sorry this one got away. He's had quite some trouble to his noggin. He has suffered a very... well, you could say a very serious concussion. Enough to warrant all-night observation.
What are you talking about? I didn't even hit my head.
At this point, there is a large stream of blood that starts coming down the front of Fixer's head, and it just begins to pool in the back of his outfit.
Fixer, I think maybe you should go lay down before the other captains get here, and before we head into village.
I should go to the engine.
I mean, you're kind of bleeding, and he kind of like rubs his head, like pointing it out to you, and like maybe you should just lay down.
Reaches up the other side and like starts pressing that and looks at Snowblood.
And then he just kind of like moves his hand to the other side, like yeah. As your captain, I would strongly suggest you go lay down. and we'll get some other people to take a look at the engine for a little bit.
That actually that sounds kind of like a good idea. Now, I should go to the engine.
No. I'm going to take you to medical. Now.
He starts walking out.
She places these large fingers onto your head, and it almost encompasses your entire face, and you just hear the word sleep. As you are an elf, however, you have suffered a concussion, a very major concussion. You are rather weak, so I am going to have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Joke's on you, that's one of my better stats.
That's perfectly fine.
That'll be a total of... Oh, that'll be a total of 21.
21. As you just kind of like, I'm an elf. As you remain conscious, she just, I apologize, Captain. Draws a rounded mace. The head is just blunted and slightly rubbered, and just goes and makes an attack at your stomach, Fixer. With a 12 plus her strength modifier plus proficiency comes to an 20.
That'll hit.
Elven sleep medicine. That's the name of that weapon.
Just chokes him with the trunk. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go. Just sleep.
She just swings back and wham! You feel the wind get knocked out of you for a maximum on the die roll of 8 for a total amount of damage coming to a 12.
That goes unconscious.
Yeah.
Close, but unconscious.
As you fall unconscious, she's not looking to kill you or to put you into death saving throws, just to knock you out, hitting you square in the stomach. You feel the wind leave you and the consciousness fade. She indeed wraps her trunk around your center, and like an elephant pulling branches with its trunk up to its mouth, just kind of rolls you up pretty close to her maw, and just turns and lumbers out towards the medical wing.
Everyone just kind of like watches, just kind of looking like, okay, don't mess with that guy.
Less serious. Wow, Sin, you hired a good elephant. Sin giving a thumbs up. All right. With that, Law, making your way outside.
Law is stopping by the mess hall to see if Ebgarn is there.
Ebgarn is not. Ebgarn is actually outside.
Okay. So then, yeah, making my way outside. First order before the captains get here is finding Ebgarn.
That's easy enough. He is one of the many cooks standing by a large fire with several spits going at one time.
Ebgarn, my man.
Yeah?
I have a special order. I need food and drinks fit for 3 captains sent to the captain's chambers behind the bridge. Please and thank you.
Food's gonna take a while. Drink is easy enough to do.
Okay, at the very least, drink then.
He reaches into one of the coolers and pulls out a fine bottle of liquor. Gives it a look over. 10 gold.
You drive a hard bargain.
It's my private stock.
Fair enough, 10 gold.
Handing the 10 gold over, he spins the bottle towards you.
Well, I'll take it.
Alrighty.
Not gonna barter with the crew. I like the crew. I only barter with people I don't like. which is everyone else. All right. So I'll have pick out basically just a random crew member and have them run it into Awen while I wait for the captains.
Easy enough. You do see Vimir standing around, just kind of digging his fingers into the dirt. Seems to be meditating. It seems like there is some life. The crews are intermingling, trying to comprehend what happened together, and it's allowing for a bit of cheer and some raising of moods, but there is this still tenseness to the air. And every time a vehicle on the highway, not too far from where you are, passes by, there is a slight jump to some people. And even as airships fly over, just general transports, as the night begins to wane on, there is that steady pause for everyone as they all look up and wait, and some like kind of get into that standing crouch position, ready to run back onto their ship as quickly as possible to take off again. As you wait, you see Zarimar and Vazoldut both make their way off and start heading towards the Cloud Cutter. Just them, no one else.
Okay. I'll once I see them coming over, I'll start walking toward the bottom of the ramp.
Okay, as they get there,
to meet with them.
Who are you?
Hi, my name's Law, first mate of the Cloud Cutter. I'm here to take you to the captain.
Vaz looks to Zar, and Zar looks back, and they both give each other a nod. And very well, lead the way.
And he'll escort them up onto the Cloud Cutter.
Okay. Escorting them, at this point, Awen, are you heading right into your room?
Yeah, if no one else is saying anything to him, after Fixer kind of heads out and Lycerus is just kind of doing her thing, and as Law made his way outside, he'll just kind of make his way over into the room Lycerus pointed out.
As you enter, you see a room that is elegantly designed, but with taste. The floors are wood, waxed and shining with a bright orange tint to it. The walls are painted the golden white of your primary door. You see the trimmings are this gold-like color. In fact, they might be gold. The rest a stark white. There are small trees held aloft in shelves. Books and scrolls that are hanging of martial artists that have been pirates once upon a time in Corsair. Their techniques shown in a panel form down each scroll. The desk itself is a beautiful ebon wood with silver trim. And there are 4 fine black leather chairs strewn about the room. Your chair, however, is a leather brown chair, somewhat aged looking, but the leather itself is brand new, with this fine emerald thread holding it together, giving it a nice offset. On the desk is a small triangular pyramid placard that reads Captain Awen Sharek.
Illuminati.
Yeah, very cool.
As you find a seat and make yourself comfortable, there is a liquor cabinet There is a small refrigerator with food for you. There is fruit, there's vegetables, there is some meat, and there is indeed a humidor as well, if you so choose to partake. It is a fully furnished captain's cabin for you to hold meetings or to have your thoughts as you are in transit to wherever you wish to be going. As you sit and wait, Sincere, the last on the bridge, where are you going? What do you want to do?
She's going to, like, realize she's still holding the rat and realize everyone else is gone and be like, oh, okay, I don't actually want to talk to those captains, so I should probably get out of here. I'll talk to you later, Lucius. And she, like, leaves with the rat to go to her room for now.
Bye! As you make your way to your room, it has been sloppily put back together, but it is relatively put back together. None of your things are on the ground outside in the hall any longer.
And my note. Sorry. I'll help you fix this later.
What the fuck? Okay. Clarence, you do what you do best, and you stay right here and be cute. I put him on my bed. And she goes to go find Vimir instead.
Okay. He does a very, very stereotypical dog thing where he just kneads in a circle for a while and then settles down right on top of your pillow as it kind of, for some reason, this skeletal rat feels the need to snuggle itself underneath the covers and just kind of go to sleep there.
Oh, it's so cute. I wonder if I can get like 20 of them to do that underneath someone else's covers.
As you make your way off the ship, it is very easy to find Vimir. He does stand out compared to every other pirate that is out and around in the area. He seems to be meditating, but found easily enough.
Is he paying enough attention to me as I approach, or is he like pretty focused?
Vimir.
My passive perception is 15.
He sees you.
Okay. She just kind of walks up and tries to sit on his back while he's doing that.
He opens his eyes.
So it seems like you had some fun in my room.
Yes, I just discovered something.
What did you discover?
I'll just hold up my fist, which is now encased in the wood of what was once my double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, so not my friend fiction. That's good to know.
No, I wasn't searching your room for your stuff. I apologize.
Okay. So, how are you feeling after everything got destroyed?
Well, we have 3 keys and 2 key wielders. That is infinitely better than where we were days ago.
Well, I mean, we also have one less big tree in the world. So I don't know if that's like a good thing or not.
It is not.
Yeah.
But now we're... Before, honestly, I didn't know what the keys were. Just knew I needed them. And now here, Awen, the hapless idiot that I met, wields a key and is captaining this ship, this crew that we are part of. And me, my family's legacy, it's here, and I'll summon the double-bladed scimitar
Oh,
and give it a flourish.
well,
And
that's pretty fancy.
Summon it back in.
I mean, does it like feel weird when you do that, or is it like you feel it like go inside of you kind of feeling, or
There is a slight tingle. The only way to explain it, and it's because I know the feeling. It's like being stabbed. There's that cold wind every time it appears and then re-enters. That there is a gap now made, and then a gap that is then filled. It is a weird. It's a weird sensation.
It hurts. But
oh,
I enjoy it.
okay. Note to self: Vaimir is a masochist.
No, the pain reminds me of what I fight for.
Ooh, that'd be a good line. I'm going to just put that mentally. Anyway, that is beside the point. I just wanted to say that I don't know what I want to do still, except I want to, avenge Singorn. That's my, or not Singorn. I've got a different campaign. You know what I mean.
Yes, Sig was a valiant fighter.
Well, I mean, Sig is well, he was riding a motorcycle somewhere. I don't know exactly where he went. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I don't like saying mad because I'm trying to be a happy person, but on the inside, I'm livid that they destroyed and burned down the tree.
Good. Use that
So,
hatred. Let it fuel you.
I mean,
The same people
it's-
that killed Sig are the same people that burned down the tree. They fight for the same purpose. To see destruction when there should be life.
So, that's my new purpose for you and staying with everybody else, because I think we've all got the same thought process, We're going to go avenge everybody, even though they were kind of shitty pirates. I mean, they're better pirates than Eowyn, but they were still not exactly the most morally good, but also not morally bad. They weren't morally burning down fucking trees.
Our captain has proved himself.
Oh, by having a key?
Well before that, he showed courage where other men would falter. He stayed where other men would flee. He attacked boldly into the heart of the enemy when everyone else was ready to call it quits and get help. And that is why he wields a key, because he is strong of soul and body.
You come up with a lot of really, really good friend fiction lines. I'm going to just have to write all of this down later and use it out of context.
Sin, there was once a tribe the tieflings that used to guard the forest as well.
Oh,
Perhaps
no.
you might prove worthy to wield a key.
That would be kind of cool. What kind of keys did they have?
That is
Or
for
is-
you to figure out.
Oh, okay, so I'm helping you find the key. And then you're going to, like, what? Throw it at me and hope that something happens?
When you're worthy, you'll be
Okay.
ready. Just as Eowyn and even myself was. Not a
Okay.
moment sooner.
That makes sense. So, can we be, like, kind of friends now, or do you not want to be friends yet?
I trust this crew with my life, and I hope they trust me with theirs. I've never known a friend. The word is almost foreign to me.
Almost foreign.
I understand what it means, but I don't know it in purpose, in sense.
Well, we can probably find out. I mean, if you want to.
You have my trust.
But do I have your bow?
I don't have a bow.
We could get you one.
What about your ass?
Why would I want a bow?
I don't know, so you can shoot people from afar?
Why, when I have this? And I pull out my double-bladed scimitar again.
I mean, that's going to be a really, really, really long time to run.
I'm very fast.
You actually are pretty fast.
At this moment, there's a member of Zarimar's crew, a small halfling male that comes up to you with bright blonde curly hair, a tanned skin complexion and bright green eyes, and comes up to you a little slovenly, a little drunk, and Hey, you've also read The One Ring, the story of of Bodo Grabbins and the Cock Ring of Power? Oh, that's a great...
Yes!
That's
It's such a good book!
Great book. Oh, man. I remember there was this elf who was like, and you have my axe. And there was a dwarf who was like, you've got my bow. That was such a great part of the book. Oh, and how they got the Ring of Power off to the bedroom of hell and destroyed it. It's so nice to meet another book fan.
It is a good book.
If you want to talk more books, I'm over at... There's a lot of fires. I'll be at one of the fires.
Okay, that's good to know. It's very nice to meet you. I'm sincere.
Randy.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy Dandy. My parents are happy halflings.
Enjoy
You sound like
your
a happy
evening,
halfling too.
Dandy Randy.
Other way. Have a
Yeah,
good
no.
one.
Yeah.
And he stumbles his way back to one of the many fires.
It appears the revelries have already began.
There's not much in the way of revelry, but there are people drinking heavily.
I think they will want to forget.
This calls for another tattoo.
Ooh, what are you going to tattoo this time? Can I watch?
I don't know. Perhaps you can help me find some interesting roots and berries for some colors.
Okay. I'm not well, I'm actually pretty good at finding things sometimes.
It
I
will
will
be,
help you.
It will be hard at this point in the evening to do so. But if you wish to try, are you aiding or are you both making individual rolls?
I will aid.
Okay.
Incorrect. I'm gonna aid her.
Oh, fuck. That's such a bad idea. Okay.
What is your survival, Viamir?
I think mine is +4, +5.
She will aid you.
No, he's gonna aid her. It's a
Okay. Sincere, please make a...
it's a test slash like trust kind of thing where Viamir will go along with it, but
Please make a check at normal. With survival, please.
With that -2, baby. Oh, fuck. Hey, wait. I haven't used any of my dice, right? This month?
Did you sub this month?
I sub every month.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Boy, it's on auto renew.
Okay, alright, Chica.
this is Viamir extending his friendship.
Hey, it's
I'm just gonna
you-
how many d4s do I get?
you have 10.
Okay, cool. Oh, can I give myself advantage and roll another d20?
No, you are getting advantage, but if you don't like the roll afterwards, you can decide to re-roll with a d20.
I don't like the roll. I would like to re-roll.
Okay, you can spend one of your d20s.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, how many d4s do I want to add up? I added 4. So that's 12, 16, 17, 19, 20, minus 2 is 18.
2. With the guiding help of your patron, Terra, you do manage to find your way to a rather small berry bush, maybe about 2 miles away. The two of you finding it, it's hard to tell what color it is, as dark vision only lets you see in shades of gray. But you pick a handful, bring them back. The berries themselves are this green and orange color. They're slightly striped looking. They look edible, but you do not know what kind of berries these are.
Vaymir, should they eat one and see what happens?
Viamir will sniff a berry.
Smells like a berry. Smells like nature.
Yeah, sure. And he'll pop one in.
I'll eat one too.
Please make Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
24.
24.
9.
Viamir, you succeed. Sincere, as you eat one of these berries, your body numbs. You relax deeply. You feel rubbery, and everything kind of slows down and becomes sluggish. Your pupils dilate to an immense size, and everything smells like strawberries.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Viamir, you watch as Sin becomes immensely inebriated under the effect of this berry. You control yourself a bit better. You're not as numb or as loopy, but you feel yourself relax. You feel your heartbeat slow. Your eyes dilate wide. Looking into the firelight hurts slightly. And everything smells like strawberries. Other than that, you have more control over yourself than Sincere does. Sincere, any rolls you make at this point are at disadvantage and with a -5 penalty. Since Viamir, yours are just at disadvantage.
I will crush the berries up and put a tattoo of the symbol of the cloud cutter, the cloud with the whatever we discern.
The dagger piercing through it? Okay.
Yep.
I need you to make a secondary Constitution saving throw. The DC is higher as you're putting this directly into your bloodstream.
Okay, not as good, but +5, 9, 15, 16, 18.
18. Just barely able to control your hand before you completely fall flat on your back. You put in another tattoo of the cloud cutter, of the symbol of the cloud cutter, the cloud with a dagger piercing through. You fall flat on your back. Your eyes growing completely wider, almost the size of saucers. It feels like the cool air sending chills down your back slightly. And then a feeling of warmth. And now, whether or not Viamir has tasted this before, but everything tastes like a strawberry milkshake. And everything smells like a strawberry milkshake. And as you kind of look around, your toes are strawberries. Your fingers are strawberries. This is going to be a very weird high. You are both considered high for the next 12 hours.
He'll roll over to Sin. Are you ready for your tattoo?
What are we tattooing on me? I haven't gotten a tattoo before.
The symbol of the cloud cutter, like mine, and I'll show her. And it's
You
on my
see-
forearm.
You see a strawberry on his forearm.
Whoa. Has it always been that shape?
Yes.
Okay. But where should I get it?
Your ankle.
Okay.
Start from the base, work your way up.
Then wouldn't you want to put it on the foot?
The foot's kind of tricky. There's lots of bones and tendons. We could do it. We're doing it on the foot.
Okay, let's do it on the foot.
Okay. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage -5. Viamir. To try and move your arms to even do this.
Oh, I thought I was good. I was just
No.
at disadvantage.
Yes, at disadvantage. Sorry.
Okay. Con save?
Con save.
All right, that's better than what it was. 5 plus 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. Disadvantage is a son of a bitch.
You go to try and move over and swing your arm over to try and start tattooing Sin's foot, but you do not have the strength. Your body is very, very intoxicated. Though the dye is this very beautiful two-tone gradient of green and orange. But it's going to be a while before you can tattoo anything unsincere.
Can I at least try to like preserve the dye? How much do I have? How many tattoos out of this do I get?
You can probably get about 4.
4?
4.
All right. I want to like.
Total or more?
I want to
4
saran
extra.
wrap it.
Okay.
Can I saran wrap it?
Would Viamir buy saran wrap, or would he just use like leaves and the old methods of preserving the dye?
He would probably like. He has a tattoo kit, so I imagine he has something to put it in.
Having the tattoo kit, you get rid of the old needle, and
oh no, the needle is like a wicked piece of bone with a flat end that he hits in with a hammer.
Okay. So you struggle to clean your needle, you wrap the ink, and you just fall back to your back and watch the stars. The two of you watching the stars do take the effects of a long rest. At some point you both pass out, falling unconscious, regardless of being an elf, one of you. But as you watch the stars dance throughout the evening, both of you, and I know Sin, it's not going to really help you, but both of you make wisdom saving throws.
Oh boy, I love wisdom saving
And
throws.
disadvantage -5 for Sin. A 1.
So that's gonna be.
Oh
that's
god.
So good. Okay, let me double check what
I've
that
never
is.
wanted you to
Spirit.
roll a nat 1 before in my life at this point.
So that's a -1?
The two of you watch the stars, and they seem to take shapes of tiny stick figures that run across the night sky. Playing, dancing, throwing things. One seems to make a phone call to another star far off before vanishing, coming back and hitting another star stick figure with a pillow, it seems. And then slowly, one by one, they start turning into strawberries. And you start
some good shit.
to watch as a larger star creature lumbers through the sky, eating the star strawberries, like Pac-Man does to fruit.
No!
Is it just waka 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 waka?
Sin, this is terrible. This was really good at the beginning, but why? Oh my, no!
I didn't know strawberries could cannibalize each other.
And that is what you see until you pass out. When you wake up, you will have your mouth tasting like cotton and strawberries. And you will
But
be very hungry and very thirsty.
My giant dire bear skin cloak is over Sin, making sure she is warm.
Okay. Let me roll and see if you get mugged while you're asleep.
That's how you die. This is how I eat strawberries and become a cannibal.
You are not mugged while you sleep, thankfully. In this time, Eowyn, Captain Zarimar and Captain Vaz Zoldut enter your quarters on the bridge. look around. Zarimar speaks in a very soft tone and... Well, it does look like they did a bit more for you. I suppose saving the queen gets you these nice accommodations.
Awen will kind of stand up as they both enter, just out of respect, and just kind of look around and be like, yeah, actually, I didn't even know that this room existed till about maybe 20 minutes ago, but yeah, we helped the queen, and, you know, I know some of the other jobs we've been doing around, or that we did around back at Corsair. But please come in and have a seat, and if you need anything to eat or drink before we engage in conversation.
Vaz waves his hand and takes a seat. Zarimar sits as well. So, comrade captains, while we are all still relatively new to Corsair, we have lost a home. Our home is now gone. This is a problem. Without a home, we have nothing to go back to. No place to repair our ships. No place to find safety or haven.
You don't, Awen just kind of interjects, you don't have anywhere else to take your ship or have repairs done?
No place else that would call us friends. Corsair was the place for pirates. It is the only, well, was the only city for pirates. So, I think we need to begin. Speaking of rebuilding.
Like, would you want to rebuild in the same spot, or you would probably want to move it, because they knew that Corsair was there, even with the cover and the...
We would have to rebuild from the ground up, and we would have to pick new council, new queen or king. Zarimar, hearing this, looks immediately at him and... So are you assuming, then, that the queen is dead, without confirmation? I have been scouring the news. There is no confirmation if she is dead or alive. I am not saying that we simply abandon power structure. But if she is dead, we would need to have new pirate king or queen. And if she is to show her face again, then we let her take her position as queen once again. With the three of us, I would say, as members of her council immediately.
Like you said, no one knows for sure whether the queen is in fact, whether she's dead. And I know there was a few of the other captains who initially made it out, but we don't know what happened to some of those when we were escaping. But I think between the three of us, until any other captains, or till we have news of the queen, or until her return, I think between the three of us, I think maybe we could almost act as it could almost be like a team effort. Part of your ship. Sometimes you have like a team that really that leads, whether it's into like battle, or if you're going on a mission, or maybe just if you're just kind of chauffeuring some people around. But between the three of us, I think we could certainly start brainstorming and think about other places that we could maybe try to find new residents and potentially call maybe like the new pirate city. I guess we could come up with, we could find a name or something later. But I think the three of us, I think we could certainly, it would certainly help keep things in check by having, three minds. They always say, two minds are greater than one, and then, three is probably even better than two. So I think between the three of us, we could probably come up with some ideas, and hopefully between the three of us, we could also do some scouring to see if we can't get any news about the queen or any others who might remain.
Zarimar kind of lowers his head for a moment and... Well, there are certainly going to be other pirates that were not in the area, that were roaming and roving, who will return and probably be shot down if those black ships are still in the area. That is a problem. I don't even know if we can go back. That is a hard part. So yes, we would have to find a new location. That should be easy. The problem then is having the funds to build. We do not have enough funds between the three of our ships to build a new city. So we will need to earn the money in some way.
Yeah, I don't know of any immediate ways to make a lot of money. I mean, if there were easy ways to make money, then everyone would have money, that's...
There are easy ways to make money. There are ships of the Zarimar pauses for a moment and looks from side to side, and I am very certain you are all familiar with the First Bank. They control all the money flow within Palora. So, I think if we were to hijack a few ships that are transporting gold, that would give us quite an influx of funds that we could use to pay many different people. Melt it all down, forge new coins. That way, it's not easily traced. If we do this, that is a good way to get money fast. But the greater question at hand, I think, is who the fuck destroyed our home?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like they had any sort of like flags or any way to tell what kind of ships they were, or where they were from, or who might be flying them. So I mean, of course, I know Corsair probably has many enemies, just with everyone being pirates and all. But do you know of anyone that that powerful who would have that sort of fleet to...
Any country would have a fleet of that strength. But the question is why? We are the ones who are fighting the Ivory King, taking that bit of stress off of their backs. Why? What do they have to gain from attacking us, killing us, putting us to pasture?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anyone. Do you guys know? You guys don't know of anyone who would, deliberately try to, hide their colors or their flags, or any army or any military forces out there that just don't even have any sort of colors? Or...
To prevent retaliation, I would imagine. I am not familiar, though, with anyone who openly flies black ships. He looks to Vaz. I do not know of anyone either, comrades. This is something new to me. Although, despite my many years, I am also new to this pirating thing. This is still something I am learning. For at least the last 50 years, I have been a captain. It has been good. But
Yeah, I mean, it's
there will have to be research done into mercenary groups that would do this, or what countries would do this, why they would do this.
yeah. I feel I think we could certainly we'd probably have to gather resources and do, like you said, we'd have to do some research to figure out if anyone maybe saw them coming in. I mean, depending on which country they're from. I mean, we don't know if they're from Zaylan or or Hegan or any of the other countries, but I would think there's someone out there who saw a direction these ships came and could hopefully help kind of trace it back to the port of the home country. But like I said, it'd have to take a big investigation.
Zarimar thinks for a moment and doesn't the first bank pay out all the bounties? If you'd like, Eowyn, you can make a history check.
A2.
A2. You do not know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You're asking if the first bank pays out like just all bounties or just.
That would be the question.
Hey.
Vaz just... I'm sorry, this is not something that I know either. All I know is there were a lot of pirates with a lot of bounties. I myself have a 1,500 gold bounty on my head. My crew, relatively up the same. We are a crew of about 50,000 gold pieces. Pretty proud of that. Zarimar kind of looks... Well, that is good to know. My crew is about 75,000.
So that was 15, and then 75?
50?
Oh, 50 and then 75. Oh.
What is your crew's bounty size, Captain Eowyn?
I think because we're kind of like a fairly new crew. We've only had the ship for a very short amount of time. I don't even know if there's like a way to check. Like I don't know how to check like what our bounty would be, because we're all, like I said, we're all kind of really new. We just got this ship, maybe not very long ago.
Oh, that's right. You haven't looked into your office yet. There should be a drawer underneath where you are sitting that would pull out the holo terminal.
Eowyn just kind of like looks around, like trying to figure out what he's talking about.
As you look down, there's several drawers on the side, but there is a small tray that looks pull-outable underneath the center portion of your desk.
Eowyn will just kind of pull it out and just be like, yeah.
As you pull it out, there is a small illusionary television terminal that pulls out underneath it. Ah, see? There. You go. Right there. If you just press the on button, it is the black one.
Yeah, he's just kind of listening and following instructions. Eowyn has no idea.
As you give it a press, you see the terminal light up, and you see a small keyboard at the bottom, and you see what looks like a search engine available for you to use. Appears as one of the apps.
Okay. Following that.
Just type in your bounty or your name, and it should come up with a bounty.
Put the ship
Eowyn
name.
will.
Put the ship name.
Yeah, well, I guess he'll type in Cloudburst and see if anything pops up for that.
As you type in Cloud Cutter, nothing pops up for the Cloud Cutter. Just a ship registration. Registered as a mercenary and trade vessel. No known affiliations. Not even known as an affiliate of Corsair.
Yeah. I mean, looking here, it doesn't even seem like they even really know about us. So I mean, they haven't even been able to track our bounty.
You watch Zarimar. You watch Zarimar and Vaz both shift a little uncomfortably in their seats. Comrade, how new at this are you?
Well, I mean, like I said, our ship we've only had for what, like a few days?
No, we didn't even leave port before the attack came.
Had the ship for about 12 hours.
Yeah, he'll just gotta be like, I mean, the ship it's kind of less than a day old, so I mean, we haven't even. This was the first time we flew this one. So
what was the name of the ship prior? Put that in.
And he'll type in the hand.
As you type in the hand redirects you immediately back to the Cloud Cutter.
Oh man.
Captain, how long did you have the hand?
I think, I mean, we didn't.
2 weeks.
We had that for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
right?
maybe.
2 weeks of repairs.
2 weeks.
Zarimar at this point just stands immediately up and backs up, finds your liquor cabinet and your humidor, goes over and starts pouring himself a drink, pulls a cigar out, turns, tosses it to Vaz, pulls, grabs himself, pours 2 more drinks, brings a tray of whiskey over, sets it down. It looks to be about 3 fingers worth of whiskey.
Nice. Yeah, Eowyn sees that he's kind of drinking, probably due to his answers. And Eowyn's just gonna be like, as I mentioned, the crew is very new, but I've flown with many pirate captains, and most recently, of course, under Captain Taggart. I think most people know Captain Taggart.
Vaz takes the whiskey, downs it, sets it down, holds the cigar out for Zar to light it, which Zar just pops a firebolt, holds it in his hand, lets it go, pops one for himself, lets it go, and... Alright, comrade, let's pull up your name and see your bounty.
Didn't Eowyn have his bounty washed? Oh, man. Eowyn is he'll type his name in.
You type your name in. You see Eowyn Shrek. Bounty 0. Status: known ally of Hegan military and Beirut military. At which point,
so
both
captains should be like, well,
just,
I mean, I can probably explain this.
their heads do a full 360-degree exorcist spin for a moment. Their eyes rotate in their heads as just in sheer disbelief as they sit there stunned and shocked.
Yeah, it's we had a recent run-in with the Hegan military, and we between the team, the group, there was some kind of deception and things like that. But they had wiped my bounty records clean because we had helped them defeat. Did you guys hear about that witch? That there was the witch, and then we had fought the witch, and because of that, like the Hegan military, they were very, very thankful. We were trying to keep them, still, kind of keep them clear of us, and we didn't want them getting back to the Queen or Captain Taggart, so we were kind of helping them with the situation, but then because we helped it, and I'm thinking this has got to be some sort of check here.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Oh my goodness. It's a 15.
15. Yeah. Vaz goes to stand and draw his rapier before Zarimar puts a hand over him. Sit. This appears to be a relatively cruel joke on our young 2-week-old captain. I would, do yourself a favor. Captain.
Yes.
Kill some innocent people. Or rob from some poor bastards. Because this, amongst our kind, makes you look like the one who brought the whole attack on our heads.
Yeah, well, I
this
mean,
is like a giant red flag that blares in the evening.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I think most people, well, at least, the former, the Queen Ravana and Captain Taggart and some of the other captains, they certainly know, that our crew is very new, and, for a while I was, like I said, I was a part of Captain Taggart's crew for many years, and
I get this. But the problem is if the rest of our crews and your crew were to hear this information, and this was to become known, I highly imagine that your ship and yourself would be walked off the highest plank.
No, that's certainly good to know. I'd hope that a majority of my crew would understand. I mean, I think most people know that we're fairly new to this whole scenario of I guess you could call pirating with our own ship, and we only had most of us had just ourselves at one point, but now we're part of a team, and I certainly know we're close to the bounty your ships and your crewmen have established. 50,000 and 75,000. That's quite a bit, and I know that probably takes quite a bit of action on your guys' side to rack up those high bounties. And yeah, I think like I said, we're fairly new and established ourselves, and as we're starting to take on jobs and things like that, getting ourselves out there, I mean, certainly, maybe the bounties would probably go up, depending on what we do.
They would. I highly suggest you rob from the first bank very quickly and scrub this clean slate of yours with a very, very dirty rag.
I mean, the first bank, that seems like a pretty big job. I mean, have you guys have you robbed from them before? Have you
No.
hijacked any of their ships?
We have not. But we are not the ones with a clean slate. That is you. Yes, comrade. I think this would be the very best thing for you to do. To prove yourself as not a traitor.
He's not a traitor to the pirates, you're saying?
You see Vaz kind of nods and just gives you a very, very hard stare.
Yeah, I think certainly, I'll talk to the crewmates, and I mean, I think we'd have to come up with some sort of plan. I don't think, like you said, if you guys have never done it, and there's certainly got to be some strategy involved. I mean, it's most likely it's probably a pretty well guarded ship if it's belongs to the first bank, and
That is on you to figure out. I will be taking my leave then. This has grown to be a distasteful atmosphere. He just drops the cigar in the empty whiskey cup, turns, and makes his way out. Zarimar sits there for a moment, crosses one leg over the other. So, Captain, I am aware of the things that you have done. Many people are aware of the things that you have done. But this little record of yours, you understand what the problem is.
yeah, I mean, in the eyes of a pirate, I could imagine anyone reading that would certainly take it the wrong way, but
Yes.
you know.
If I could give you several pieces of advice. If you do not feel up to robbing from the first bank, then think and come up with some way to investigate who would benefit from so many pirates going down, and why. Plenty of bounties there to collect from fallen ships, dead crew. Plenty of money was to be hid in Corsair.
Yeah, that's certainly something to think about. There was a lot of money just in bounties to collect.
Yes.
I,
And people are the best form of money in our line of work. I will leave you to think on this. I wish you the best of luck, Captain. I will be taking my crew and leaving. I imagine Vaz will be doing the same thing. Leaving you and your crew to figure out your lives.
So are you guys not heading into the village then, or are you?
Not under these new discovered circumstances. You need to make friends or enemies. Loyalty goes a long way amongst our people. I am sure you know this.
Yes, certainly. I understand, and I'll talk with my crew and see what makes the most sense for us, and see if we can't come up with a plan of action.
Very good. Zarimar stands and extends his hand for you.
And Awen will reach his hand out as well, standing up, of course. And
As you shake, he just looks at you square in the eyes and... I can tell it wasn't you. But you have to prove it to others. May the skies find your life favorable, and your ship as well.
Awen kind of gives him a bow, like, graciously, and yeah, I hope. I think we'll probably run into each other again here fairly soon, and hopefully we'll have some news for you.
Zarimar nods, turns, and makes his way off the ship.
So as they walk out, because I'm still on the bridge, I just want to insight check the both of them to kind of get a vibe for how that went.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Since Law has no idea. And that's a 22.
As Vaz leaves, you'll be making two separate. Vaz leaves a good 5 minutes before Zarimar does. Vaz does not look happy. He looks frustrated, angry, and disappointed at the same time. There is a heavy sense of disappointment on what just happened as he makes his way off. Go ahead and roll for Zarimar.
Zarima!
Better, 26.
Ooh.
Zarimar doesn't seem as off-kilter. There's a slight sense of disappointment and annoyance, but he seems to be in a good mood and leaves with a very high amount of confidence.
Seeing them leave, Law will go into the captain's office, I guess?
Yeah.
The conference room.
Conference room?
Conference room. Awen is probably
the war chamber.
war chamber. Awen's probably drinking when Law enters.
You just see Awen with a 3-finger glass of whiskey, just gulping it down as he...
Law will pour himself a glass.
Okay.
And sit across from his captain.
Yeah, Awen, as he sits down, Awen's just gonna be like, "Yeah, so I think that could probably have gone a lot better. That didn't go as expected."
Yeah, I could kind of tell. Vazal Duke looks pissed. Like, what happened?
Well, I mean, we were probably pretty lucky that he didn't kill us. So they were kind of bragging about their bounties, and they were talking about, maybe some of them should have been. They were talking about maybe someone else should be taking over since the queen isn't around. But since the queen's not around, I proposed that between the three of us we could collaborate, and they also started talking about how we need to get more money to get a new pirate city going, and then they started talking about wanting to rob or to hijack one of the bank ships, and then they were trying to determine like who made the most sense, and they, like I said, they were bragging about their bounties, and then one of them had 50k bounty and the other one had 75k bounty. And then they were asking us about our ship, and of course our ship, we're really new, so our ship really hasn't done too much yet. And then they were looking up information about myself, and then if you remember how we had helped the Hegan military, and then
Yeah, I don't think even if they had absolved you, they would have been impressed if they saw your bounty. Wasn't it only like 50?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was probably closer to like 75, but it was
Right. We're talking 7.5, right? Not 750 or 7500 or 000. We're talking no zeros at the end of that, correct?
Yeah, but I think DD, real quick, what did it say? It said like ally to Hegan military forces.
It said at in good standing with Hegan military and Beirut military.
So he'll look back and he'll be like, yeah, I mean, there weren't any other zeros, but I mean, I think 75 probably would have looked a little bit better than, in good standing with Hegan and Balroon military. They didn't really like that too much. That didn't look good in their eyes. Yeah.
Oh God, it actually. Okay.
Yeah, because if you remember, we were talking to those guys, and then they told us like, don't do any more pirating, and we'll have to kill you. And then we're like, oh yeah, we won't do any pirating. But then I guess somehow they kind of put in some sort of system that we were like, now we're like best friends or something.
That we're cool with them.
Yeah.
Which is awesome for a lot of people to know, but not pirates. Got it.
Yeah, not pirates, and they said that people who hear that might, and they I think the one captain, Val, I think he he kind of almost thought that it was like us that brought these forces to Corsair and had them attack. I mean, why would we do that? I mean, we rescued the queen, we saved Captain Taggart, we're doing these bounties. Like, we wouldn't do that. And I think Captain, Czar, I think he realizes that, but he thought it was probably best that we kind of part ways for a while until we can almost prove ourselves, which now they're, one of them's telling me that if our ship doesn't go and hijack the bank ship, then we are the people who brought the forces to Corsair. And then the other captain's telling us that we should thoroughly investigate who those ships belong to. So I think we've kind of put ourselves in quite a predicament. And he takes another sip.
Well, Captain, I feel like we're at a point where we have to make a decision. And by we, I more mean you, because you are the captain of the ship. And that is, what kind of ship do you want the Cloud Cutter to be? Do you want it to be a pirate ship? Do you want to remain a pirate? Because if you do, I've heard stories of pirates. I've read a lot of stories about pirates, both modern pirates and the ancient ones that sailed on the seas. And they were not nice people. Nowhere near what you are. So do you have it in you to rob from people? Do you have it in you to kill people?
I mean, when I was under Taggart, I mean, I'd helped rob from people before, but I mean, I try not to really kill people, especially innocent people. But I don't think there's really an easy way to rob or hijack a bank ship without someone getting hurt, and I don't think that's. And I don't even know how we would do it. I mean, it's probably going to be very heavily guarded, and there's going to be a lot of things to worry about.
By bank, you mentioned the first bank.
Yeah, I think that's like the big bank, because they were asking about like whether does the bank, are those the ones who pay out, are those the ones who pay out the bounties, and then they got everyone thinking, because all those pirates were in Corsair, and all those pirates have bounties on their heads. So, what if someone's trying to cash in on those bounties? And I don't know who would do that.
Can I make a history check to see how much I know about the first bank?
Certainly.
Especially being from my particular background.
Certainly.
I'm gonna use luck. Because that was a 6. Much better. 16 plus 5, 21.
21. I believe that's your last luck for the day.
I think I have one left after that. I'd only used one before that.
Okay.
So I have one more.
So a 20...
21.
21. Okay. The first bank of Palora is the largest financial institution. It controls all the money as it gets the gold from the dwarves, gets the silver, gets the platinum from the dwarves who run the mines, run the mountain kingdoms. It trades with them resources and autonomy, and allows them to keep a large portion of the riches that they find, while also being able to run entire economies from their headquarters. The first bank has reaches across all the continents within the world, and holds every kingdom in their pocket, practically. The first bank absolutely 100% does cash out every bounty that has ever been posted in the world. They are the ones who place the bounties, and they are the ones who front the money for those bounties to be paid. as a lot of the time, they are the ones who suffer the most when pirates and criminals rob their caravans, their stores, their banks. If you basically want to equate the first bank to a very well-formed, organized crime syndicate with a very strong legal front, that is them. They absolutely will be paying whoever is collecting all of those dead pirates and ships as well.
Well, you mentioned not knowing who pays out bounties. It is absolutely the first bank.
So,
the first bank is an organization bigger than any government. In that they have every government in their pocket. If you want a really quick way to get a really big bounty, robbing the first bank is probably the way to do it.
yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily, like, they weren't saying you need to, initially they didn't say I need to rob the ship to get the bounty, but then when they found out we didn't have a bounty, they thought that would be a good way to get a bounty, but they were really after just getting the money from the ship so that way we could help rebuild, because they were talking about rebuilding, some sort of pirate city since Corsair was long gone, and we would need some sort of funds, and between just the three of us, we certainly didn't have very much money, so they were trying to think of other ways, and that was the first thing one of them mentioned, but it's probably not an easy, or I don't even know of anyone who's ever robbed or hijacked a ship or even been successful.
So then I'm gonna ask this one more time, and I want you to give me a direct answer. Do you still want to be a pirate? I know you have loyalties to Captain Taggart. I know you have loyalties to the Pirates of Corsair. But do you think you are cut out to be a pirate captain?
I think we can certainly stay in good terms with, there's not many pirates left, as he kind of looks off as he's kind of reminiscing what just happened. I think we could certainly try to stay on good terms with, some of the pirate captains, but doing what they do, and killing's not really for me, and I had a conversation way back when with Sazia about that, and he was always telling me just kill people, and I was like, you could get things without killing people, but I think that this request is just too far out there and maybe even too much for our group. I certainly think our skills, and we'd have a better chance of maybe finding out who it was that attacked the Corsairs. So I think maybe we should probably put our efforts more towards that, and seeing if we can't find some information, because that maybe getting that information, what if the queen's still alive, and then if she gives us maybe she'll give us a reward, and we helped her with some things and she upgraded our ship, and if she's still alive, then we could maybe find that out.
Law is drinking heavily from his glass as Awen is giving this answer. His hands just on his temple. Probably the first time you've legitimately seen him show stress, since he always just has this uncanny smile on his face.
So
you are worse than some of the politicians back home.
All right, so I guess you say like yes or no. I would say no. We don't want to rob or hijack the bank ship. I think we should do the other one where we go find what happened, and then, like I said, that would lead.
You want to be a pirate? I understand. I understand wanting to figure out what's happened to your friend Corsair, or what happened to your friends in Corsair. I understand you've been a part of a pirate crew for a long time. Having no bounty, that means you are not currently really a pirate, Eowyn. So,
wow, that hit him deep. This guy's been a pirate for over 400 years, and he's like,
roll 1d20 emotional damage.
yeah, right.
400 years of piracy, and he's just learning now what it means to become a pirate.
It's like, you're not really a pirate.
The damage modifier is lost persuasion.
I mean, this is what the first mate is. This is what the first mate is there to do. He's there to like
And it was like
get the captain on track.
Awen has spent the last 400 years being a chef,
So,
and now he's like, "Oh shit! Being a pirate means beating people up." Oh, yeah.
We are at a point where we have a choice. We have no bounty. We're in good standing with two countries' militaries. So, we can take that and throw it away and do the pirate life. And I'm perfectly okay with that.
yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I mean, if there are more pirates, and of course, not everyone was at Corsair. That's what the captain said. So there's probably other pirates who will eventually flock back, and so there's probably plenty other ships out there. And if we can stay on good terms with them, but I mean, I think the whole pirate thing.
You're still thinking little picture. All right.
I mean, I'm thinking the big picture of if we encounter a pirate and we're on good terms with them, then they don't kill us. And if we encounter the Hegan military and we're on good terms with them, they don't kill us either. So, I mean, I don't think we have to go out doing.
Are we going to actively pursue getting a bounty on the ship, on you specifically, on us? Is that something you want to do?
I mean, I think if we can just cash in on jobs and things like that to earn money, I think we could certainly do things without acquiring a bounty. I mean,
so no.
At this point, Lycirus just opens the door, comes in, stares at you very intently. You really know how to beat around saying, no, I don't want to be a pirate anymore.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we could change it to be something a little bit more casual, kind of like, I don't know what's
Law starts laughing.
Lycirus comes over and just takes your drink out of your hand, Law, and just starts drinking as she just... Okay. Eowyn?
I think she might have only got a couple of drops there, DD, by the way.
This is where we need Biomir.
Eowyn, I am going to assume you would rather do general mercenary work. Yes?
I mean, mercenaries, they kind of...
Yes or no?
Well, I just wanted to clarify the word mercenary. Like, I don't want to be going out and killing people just because people are going to pay us money. I mean, like, we went out and killed those giants, but those giants, if you remember, they were the
so
harming
totally
the
doesn't
animal.
want to be a pirate.
That's mercenary work.
So piracy is not something you want to do. So mercenaries are able to pick their own contracts. We can decide what we do. We can still be friends with everyone around. But at some point you have a crew of killers and people who do not fear killing, and you will have to be okay with killing.
Well,
If you give the order to not kill innocents, we don't kill innocents. But if someone is trying to kill us, Captain, we kill them before they kill us. And if we can take one alive, great. If not, fine. We are alive. That's what matters.
Yeah. So I think, mercenary definitely sounds like a better word than pirate, because then we can pick and choose what we want to do for money, and then we don't have to kill innocent people, and then we can. Of course we can defend ourselves. If someone's attacking us, we're not just going to be like standing there like, it's okay, I won't hurt you, but you can kill me. Like, I wouldn't say that. Like, if someone was harming us or our ship, we would certainly want to fight back or flee. And so I think we could maybe drop the pirate word, and then we could just call ourselves mercenaries, and I think I like that.
Law?
Law looks at Lycirus. Well, we finally got somewhere.
Law, do you have 100 gold pieces?
Do I have 100 gold pieces? Yes.
I need it so I can start filing the mercenary paperwork for Awen to sign.
Oh, talk to Sin about that. That'll come from ship funds.
Oh no. You are first mate now. This is coming from your pocket. I will split it with you 50-50. This ship is my house. I will split it with you 50-50.
So
Can I interest you in any sand?
So it's.
I would like to get my mercenary contract with a bag of sand.
Aowen will offer up. Yeah, Aowen will be like, hey, since this was my decision, and
saying that, Lycirus just kind of like puts her head in her hand and looks to you, Law.
I could probably muster up some money.
Law is counting out the gold as he's talking.
We only do contracts in bags of sand. So,
how much do you have, Captain?
I think right now, on me, I think I have maybe 30 gold, so I could maybe, if I could keep a couple extra gold in my pocket, maybe I could put in 25 right now.
25 will do. I'll pay 25, you pay 25, Law pays 50.
Done.
Lycirus collects the gold, ties it gently. Finally done with piracy, thank fucking gods. Oh, we might live to see another day. And there is a general pep of happiness in Lycirus at this moment, as she starts making her way to start filing the paperwork for declaration to the mercenary guilds for you all to get a proper license.
Awen.
Yes.
I like you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate
You're
that.
You're decisive and strong when it matters. And that is a noble quality. When you're talking with...
Feel a butt coming on here.
I mean
there's
no
a big butt. There's a big butt.
I mean
Kim
no disrespect,
Kardashian.
but...
Kim Kardashian-sized butt coming on.
When you're talking with people, especially other important people, and you are representing us You're representing not just yourself. You're representing me. You're representing the Cloud Cutter, the crew of the Cloud Cutter. You've got to stop doing all that. And he'll like gesture basically to Awen in general.
Yeah. I mean, once they showed me where the computer thing was, there was pretty much no real saving that one. It was a quick downward spiral from there. I think even if I could have sold them a bag of sand for hundreds of gold, I don't think I could have talked my way out of that one. It was
I doubt
pretty
even
bad.
I could have talked my way out of that one. That sounds like it was rough.
Yes, but like I said, they didn't kill us, so that was good news.
That's phenomenal. I like living. So we need to figure out what our next move is. Do we investigate Corsair? Or do we just move on for right now?
Well,
Clearly robbing the first bank is out of this, so now we have two options.
Yeah,
Investigate what happened in Corsair and risk the entire crew's life, doing it potentially. Or do the thing our group originally came together to do and go buy some gladiators for my sister as our first contract as the mercenary crew of the Cloud Cutter.
I mean, I certainly think we could kind of do maybe kind of, that saying they say, kill two birds with one stone. I mean, I never really got it till maybe just right now. Like we could go to get the gladiators, and then maybe we could do some investigation to see if anyone in Zaylan knows anything about, what the pirate captains did say is we don't really want to spread too much word about, Corsair falling and being under attack, because then it just opens up, it opens us up to, potentially being taken over, right? Or they described it in some manner. I kind of don't remember, but we certainly don't want to be spreading too much word about what happened with all the pirates, but we need to somehow figure out. So maybe we go to Zaylan, we get the gladiators, we also can, do some research and see if we can't figure out what happened to Corsair and who's responsible. Because I mean, we're gonna need some money since we don't have like the bounty board at the or the job board at Corsair anymore. We got to find other ways to make money now.
Luckily, we're getting a mercenary license.
Yeah, I don't really know like what that means because I've never had that before. So that would maybe get us more money.
It means that we'll be able to take various jobs, various contracts to do things.
And like people just like, do they just like?
So they ask us to do a thing.
Us?
So no, so we well, it depends. Once we get well-known, people might call on us, but we go, we look at different jobs that are available. We pick what contract we want to take. We go do a thing. We do the thing well. We come back. We get paid.
So yeah, maybe when we go to Zaylan, we could get the gladiators. We could see if there's any jobs for us to do around Zaylan before we head back towards Hegan, and then also between the two countries, we can try to do some research and try to see if anyone knows anything about what happened at Corsair.
You all feel a rumbling in your soul. I am here, very upset.
All right.
So I think maybe I should probably tell
talk.
people, that we're not going to be pirates anymore.
Let's gather the officers. Let's gather the officers first. All right. And we'll go from there.
Okay.
This has been such a productive chat, Awen. I don't look forward to more of them, but we will have them.
Oh, most certainly. I think we will.
have a good night. And Law will grab the bottle and walk out with it.
Fair enough.
And go to find passed out. Well, he's looking for Viamir and he finds him passed out.
You find him and Sin curled up in his in his bear cloak. And they are both passed out. People are not getting near them either. People are like giving them a good distance. Just kind of like as you come over, Cankles comes over and hey, so what the fuck?
I don't know. I've been in the ship, talking with the captain. What happened?
Well, whoop-de-the-doo.
So
What the
Cankles,
fuck? I don't know. They're fucking this.
Our form looks like a weird diabear, like because the claws are like there on the shoulders, and Viamir's head is poking out. There's a lot of cloak.
All right, let's get them into the dock and see what's going on with them.
I don't know. We could just let them sleep. Maybe they're tired. But they were kind of loopy talking about strawberries.
Strawberries.
I really don't know. It's kind of weird.
Come here, you little strawberry.
I'm assuming
His hands reach out looking for Cankles.
As you go, you almost grab Cankles in your sleep as he's... Shit! See, he's grabby. I don't want to get near that.
that's fun. I'm assuming it's dark, so Law has his drift globe kind of floating by his head.
There's firelight, yeah.
It's been a long night.
Well, why don't you turn in? We'll keep watch over those who are sleeping and start fresh in the morning.
Yeah.
Cause
Fresh start in the morning.
This is a fucking mess. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
As you all head off, finding a long rest at one point as Fixer keeps trying to sleepwalk, his body moving naturally. The concussion kind of causing a bit more havoc with his head than normal. Eventually finds himself latched to a table, tied down and held taut, not able to move. Well, he sleeps anymore. Awen entering meditation. Sincere Viamir, high as hell, half asleep. Law eventually
for parents to grow up.
finding some sleep himself. 6 doing the same. As you all find rest, the camera pans to the bridge. Lyciris finds herself in front of one of the consoles, happily, with a smile on her face for the first time, a genuine smile, entering the ship and crew information into the Mercenary Guild's database, registering the ship as a mercenary vessel for hire. Your reputation is set to 0. You are a crew of novices, as she does have to omit quite a hefty amount of information. She submits the request and places the gold on a transmat pad as she sends it with the request. An hour later, she finds herself sitting at her station, a smile on her face, with official documentation marking the Cloud Cutter as a mercenary vessel. All that needs to be done is the insignia emblazoned next to the name of the Cloud Cutter as a member of the Mercenary Guild. She cackles almost a little maniacally for a moment and sighs. It took far too long for me to be free of that place. Maybe Law isn't going to be too bad. He did manage to talk some actual sense into that idiot. Though he is a cute idiot. We might survive. We might survive. She pulls out of a bag a small little figurine, sets it on her console, taps it for a moment, pulls a blanket up, lays down and curls onto her stomach, head facing the main doorway, shotgun resting right underneath her arm, cradling it like a doll as she drifts off to sleep. That's where we're going to end tonight's session, with each member of the crew finding a night's rest. No violence, no fighting, no death, but an unexpected turn in this campaign that I did not expect. So,
you should know to expect the unexpected with this team.
I'm gonna go throw out a whole bunch of pirate stuff.
Just change innocents to assholes.
Yeah. And start with some new stuff. But we will return next Tuesday with another episode. And as always, those of you watching at home who want to play in our community game that will be taking place here in the world of Crimson Skies, I encourage you to watch this campaign very closely, because the events that unfold are going to be echoing through to how that community game takes off and begins, and it should prove very, very interesting for a start. Additionally, do remember that if you would like to purchase some Mage Hand Press products, as they are a sponsor for Sunday night, but we do have this lovely little special announcement that our discount code for them has gone up to 15%. Go down into the doobly-doo on Twitch, and you will find yourself a lovely little icon of the Mage Hand Press Dark Matter campaign setting and 5e book for their Dark Matter world, filled with classes and races that you can use for your own sci-fi setting. You can use the discount code damaged space dice, capital D for damage, capital D for dice, and get 15% off on checkout. This also applies to any classes or other Mage Hand Press products that they sell on their page. I highly encourage it. They have some fantastic classes that I would love to implement for this world as well. But there are some finagling things that I'd have to do to make that work because D&D Beyond only allows so much. But, with that being the case, once again, thank you all so much for watching. And it has been a pleasure, as always, to host for this amazing crew and these fantastic friends that I have gotten to make. I'm very grateful for that. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And is it Tuesday yet? I can only hope so. Goodbye now.